Echoes of Wisdom is finally here, and with it, the first game where Zelda is the main character instead of Link. In this video, I'll be going over why this is such a huge deal and how this will impact the future of Zelda games. It's almost been 40 years since the first Zelda game came out, and throughout all of these games, we've been following Link and his adventures. While yes, we've been to different looking Hyrules, different places and timelines, the games always revolved around Link. I think you get the point. It didn't matter if the story was revolving around him trying to escape Koholint Island, or him waking up after 100 years without memories to save Hyrule Kingdom from a calamity. In all of the so different Zelda games, Zelda was always a side or background character who was commonly protected or had to be saved by Link. But there's always been so much potential for her. A great example for this is Breath of the Wild. While she doesn't really have an active role, except from a few voice lines calling Link, and in the ending, we see through the memories of Link that she had a role to fulfill and her own struggles to overcome. So it's great that after this many years, Nintendo's trying something new and having her as a protagonist. And we immediately see how much of a difference it makes. While all of Link's games have been generally focusing on combat, the gameplay here is completely different. It focuses much more on the strategic side, and active combat is a much smaller part. Not having the ability to fight the enemies most of the time, but instead being able to summon echoes and objects separates this game and its style from even Link's Awakening, which these two look quite similar. Do I wish there was more combat? Maybe. But the decision to make this game much more strategic and focused on puzzles ultimately makes sense, since Zelda is associated with wisdom and makes this game different enough to be something fresh and exciting while still holding true to the Legend of Zelda formula. But then, what does this mean for the future of The Legend of Zelda? This thought immediately came to mind after the game was revealed. Will Echoes of Wisdom be a one-time thing with Zelda as the protagonist, or will Link have to share the spotlight with Zelda in some of the future games? I personally think, first of all, we have to consider how popular and successful this game will be. If Echoes of Wisdom won't be a hit, I imagine they will go back to the old style with Link as the hero. But I'm sure that this game will sell well, so here are the two options I consider. The first one is that they will alternate between the two as protagonists, giving us the same amount of games, but having Link as a protagonist in the next game, and then maybe focusing on Zelda again on the game after that. But I think this is less likely, and the second option is much likelier. Hey, I'm currently working on more Nintendo videos, so why don't you subscribe? What is much more likely to happen is that we will keep getting our well-known and loved games with Link, and we will get them just as frequently, but in addition to that we will also get an actual Zelda game every once in a while. It would be a great way to expand the franchise even more, and I mean, come on. It would be a win-win situation. We get more games and Nintendo would make more money. I don't think they'd wanna miss out on that. But let's see what the future holds for Zelda fans and how my prediction ages. Anyways, what are your first impressions on Echoes of Wisdom? Let me know in the comments.